We're back. We made it.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Getting that first one out was a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think putting it out into the world and just seeing what happens is cool.
How are you feeling?
Feel good. Feel good. Left shoulder is not stoked right now, but it's okay. I'm not dying. I'm good.
If I can have your right shoulder, you can have my left shoulder, because my right shoulder's not feeling great.
Dude, if we could Megatron each other, we would be a great athlete.
Yeah.
I could run really fast for a really long time, and it doesn't seem to bother me all of a sudden. It'd be amazing.
I know today we're going to talk about, we have a couple of little segments we want to do, but we do want to talk about the open at some point. And we talk a lot about together when we are thinking about specific workouts. It's like, man, if I could just have your A and you could have my B, it's like the combination of those two things, we would be actually really good at some stuff.
We'd be doing good. We'd be up there, man. We would be up there.
We'd be at least in the top 70th percentile. we would get there.
And that's what I want, right? And correct me if I'm mistaken, it's the top 75 percentile, which puts you, like, you're the top 20. You've beat 75% of people. You're in the top 25%.
Let's not get too technical before we roll it out. It's something like that. It's something like
the mark where we're that's where we're trying to go. Yeah,
we just lost everybody talking about percentiles.
Okay.
All right. So jumping into kind of like first thing to talk about, you and I talk about workouts that we do all the time. But a lot of times, like when we get to the end of the week, it's like, hey, what was the workout this week? Like, what was the one that was either the most fun, exciting, surprising, the one that just killed you, the one that you thought you were going to RX it, and that was the worst decision. It was just a bust. So workout of the week. Do you have any kind of top of mind that kind of got you in any of those ways?
Well, for me, and I know we're going to hammer on this, I'm sure, for coming weeks and weeks and weeks, because it's something that it's on my to-do list to fix, is double unders. Of all the things that I feel like I do well, double unders is not it. It is what it is. And but
you know what's improvement is you have moved from doing well or to do well. It was before, it was I don't even do.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
At least it's do well.
I flew out to California to train with you last September, and you fixed my brain in the street in front of your house in 30 minutes, where I could make sense of it. And then it was, okay, now you understand what should be happening. It's now efficiency and volume. So I'm getting there. But I think for me, this week there was a workout with double unders in it. It was 6 rounds for time. This is the RX version, which obviously I moved things around to work to me so I could kind of work on those items. It was 48 double unders, 12 burpees over barbell, 12 deadlifts at 275. Mm-hmm. No, six deadlifts at 275, 6 rounds for time. You do yours. As soon as you finish, you look at the clock, you take a minute off, so on and so forth. I did mine where I just want to be consistent with the doubles. I want to be able to get clusters without, 3 and tripping, 5 trip, whatever. So I was like, well, what I'm going to do 10. I'm going to do 10 dubs, with the goal being just hit them unbroken, no issue, and then go to my burpees and to my barbell. I was not doing 275. I was doing 185 because I wanted to try to save my back for another workout. But that was, to me, the workout for me. And although I scaled it massively, obviously, almost 100 pounds off of the RX weight for the deadlift, my commitment to myself that day was, let's work on these dubs. Let's just try to be really nice and clean and consistent and get them done. And I felt really good about it. At the end of it, I had done 60 double unders, which I'm really happy. 4 months ago, that never would have happened. So I'm happy. I'm moving the right direction. It wasn't an astounding performance for me, but I did what I needed to do for me.
It stood out because you prioritized what you wanted to get out of it.
Right.
Right. That's something you and I talk about a lot, that I think will be a common theme on this show, is you can show up to do any training program, and a lot of times you have training Monday through Friday, and then you also have Saturday where it's most gyms do like teamer workouts, which is like 45 minutes of just work. And then a lot of times people show up on Sundays and do like skill work or
Accessory
something
stuff.
or more
Yeah.
cardio or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we can't train 7 days a week. Also, when you flip through, a lot of gyms release like the workout Sunday night. And so you can kind of see what the workout for the week is. And you're like, oh, I'm excited to try that. I'm excited to try that. But it's like, when do you and how do you pick? Like, this is the thing I'm getting better at week over week over week. And I need to prioritize, like, actually, like, not going heavy on the deadlifts, for example, to make sure I'm working on these double unders and actually, like, work that progression week over week. Where do I take a rest day? Like, those are the types of things that I think being as elementary as we are into the sport is always a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Because ego gets in the way, wanting to train more gets in the way, and also just like not knowing. Like, I don't know what I should be like actually working on most of the time. Like, you have coaches in there, but like a coach is not like looking at your total training volume and like what your weaknesses are and being like, oh yeah, like this is exactly what I should work on Monday and Tuesday and the weight you should use. And oh, you should treat this like an all-out workout versus like, hey, just like do this one at 70%, kid. Like you're not going anywhere today. Like let's just like move. And it's so hard to figure out. Like, when do you decide? Like, you obviously had like the double unders, and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
like I want to work on these, so like you have the thing. But like most of the time, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna take this workout at 70%, and then you see your buddy like throw on an extra pair of 15s, and it's like, I bet I can do this in 8 minutes, and you're like, oh shoot, like here we go, like I can beat him.
The biggest thing that I get sometimes is I'll go do a workout and what was it? It was a couple Saturdays ago. Mitch couldn't make it for the teamer, so I was setting up my own barbell and stuff. And Sean comes by and goes, what do you got on the bar?" And I'm like, I don't remember exactly. Let's say for example, so I was like, "It's 115." He goes, "You can tell Mitch you did 115? You're gonna let him know, right?" And I was like, "I mean, probably not." He's like, "Well, maybe it should be 135. Maybe you should suffer a little bit and make sure you make Mitch proud because he's gonna want to know." And I was like, "Oh God," because
His little gym relationship.
yeah, he came over immediately. He's like, "Is that enough weight? You gonna be proud about that tomorrow?" I'm like, oh, "No, I don't know. I'm just trying not to kill myself at the same time. I want to be better. I should be under heavier barbells because that's, again, we'll get to this, but my two biggest issues in all my efforts to get better are double unders and heavy barbells or barbell cycling as a whole. It's the really hard thing for me. So I should make myself uncomfortable or focus the effort there when I can.
I mean, seeing as you started CrossFit, what, like soaking wet, like a $140? Like, how heavy were you? Like,
I was the day I came in, I weighed 145.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm 6
but
foot tall.
heavy barbells are going to be a minute.
Yeah, yeah, and that's another thing which was disheartening at first, but I've come to be like, this is part of the competition. CrossFit is not scored like Olympic lifting, right? Olympic lifting is what do you weigh in for your lift, and then it's a percentage of that you accomplish. But in CrossFit, it's this is the number. Best of luck. It's like
You're going up to the coach and be like, Coach, can you grade me on a curve? Come on,
yeah, exactly.
fast.
Yes,
Grade
that's
me on a
it.
curve.
That is the easiest way to describe it to someone who maybe isn't in the gym with barbells. It's, yeah, I want to be graded on a curve. Like, oh, give me some grace. Come on, be nice to me. And they're like,
Yeah.
that's not how this works, dude. These people come through and we're all trying because, to their credit, some people are really good with heavy barbells, but maybe they can't do handstand push-ups or they can't jump or whatever it is. Like,
Shot fired.
I didn't say you. I'm just saying in general, people that struggle with something else. Yeah.
I'm getting there. Okay, my workout of the week was at the end of one of my Jason training days. He had prescribed for me, and it was just it was a whole bunch of work, like going down through the day, and it was like, I don't know, I was like an hour in, and at the end it's just little blip, and it's 15-minute AMRAP, 155-pound barbell, deadlift, squat clean, front squat, push jerk.
You never let go of the bar?
Never let go of the bar.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
So you can, after the jerk, after you get it over your head, you can let go. But I'm seeing this, I'm like, oh, 155, 15 minutes. I'm like, that's probably not awful. Like, I'll just like tack that. It's kind of like tacked on to the end. And did it ever punch me in the face? And 3 minutes into this thing, I look down and my heart rate's at like 180, which is not good.
Oh,
Not good for me. Like that's very high, like for like a lifting complex. And I was like looking at the clock. I had like 8 or 9 minutes left or something, and it was a struggle because a lot of times in these workouts you're like moving. This was like you do it and then you're just staring at the barbell.
yeah, and you just go next.
It's
It's
like,
like,
yeah,
yeah, next.
like, are you going to pick it up again?
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there being like, what? Like, how do I get up the energy to like pick that up for another unbroken set? How do I recover my heart rate? Just not be a little, whatever word, just like, and actually get after it.
Yeah.
And that was, I was actually in the gym by myself for that one.
Oh,
And
that's
so
brutal.
I was
That's brutal.
I think I was blasting some conditions, some good old Richmond, Virginia
Oh,
hometown
Richmond
rock and
shout
roll.
out. Yeah.
And so they kind of pushed me through some of it, but that was definitely me versus the barbell for 10 plus minutes and like just trying to be mentally, because like I can move the weight, but it was just like, do I want to move the weight?
Yeah.
Which was the crazy kind of like thing about that 155 for me, at least.
That could be a whole conversation of itself, is the psychology of a workout and the environment of that workout, of how you can motivate yourself or get yourself through it. Which, like I said, we could literally do a full episode on that of, yeah, that accountability with yourself to really go to a dark place and really suffer and sweat and work by yourself is hard. When you've got training partners around you that they love you, they're encouraging you, they know where you're at, they know what you're fighting through. I want to do those workouts with them because like they lift you up. They're like, like you want to be in the trenches with them. It's hard to do that by yourself. It's really, really hard for me
Yeah.
psychologically. I'm like, I don't know.
Talking about just like that shared suffering
Mm-hmm.
is like, I've never felt that before I joined a CrossFit gym. Like I did a ton of running, right? So you would kind of go and kind of join running clubs and just kind of run beside each other. And like it's great, getting miles in with each other. Sports is cool, like going out and like trying to accomplish something together. But when everybody is like an individual doing something extremely hard, and it's really like an individual fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at like people in the middle of a workout, like it is an individual, me versus me. Am I going to keep pushing forward or am I going to stop? And when you know everybody's having that struggle right beside each other, it sounds like, I'm making it sound too thematic. It's just like, it's just real. And it makes you become good friends with people. Like, it's like, hey, you saw me do that. I saw you do that. Like, great job. Like, high
Yeah.
five.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing this weekend? Like, it's just
Yeah.
a good time.
It's so telling of a person's character or heart or willpower, which I think maybe now that I'm actually talking about with you, it kind of adds up that CrossFit is famous for communities. You become really, really tightly knit with the people in your gym.
I mean,
And
Colts.
it's a cult. And and from the outside looking in, you're like, all you do is hang out with CrossFit people. But when you kind of have to experience, but when you're in it with someone and you see them either at their worst or at their best, or see how they push through that kind of barricade that either is in their head or physically they're tired, you just learned a lot about that person. And that translates to marriage, work, being a father, how you look at any challenge that life can put in front of you. You have a view of that person's approach in that hour you're together in the gym. And I think that's really, really telling. In a really good way. Like it's not like a solemn, like it's a very good thing.
It really does like overlap a lot of things in life. You're desire and ability to like go and do something uncomfortable that nobody is making you do
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just better yourself.
I thought about that a lot this week. We did I think it's called like the FTP test. It was like a sort of like a mayhem in the mayhem program. It's almost like just like a once a year, like, hey, let's see where you're at. 20-minute effort, but you get to
FTP
pick
stand for?
the what's that?
What's FTP stand for?
I don't
I'm
fitness.
Googling it. You keep talking. Functional threshold power.
There you go. So they programmed an option. They said you can either be on a rower or on the Echo bike for 20 minutes straight. You don't do anything. You just sit on there for 20 minutes. And I went in and did it by myself during open gym. And I did that specifically because I wanted to see what I was made of. There was no one to hype me up. And I also picked the Echo bike, not the rower. Now, for those who don't do CrossFit or have never been on a rower and or an Echo bikes are misery. Let me make that very clear. They are painful and they suck. There's nothing fun about them. So
It's
I
a
was like,
bike. You're just moving a massive fan inside of a bike.
it's a resistance fan.
The fan is massive, massive blades that want to stop as soon as you stop putting effort into it.
But it's not just a bike. You've got hand positions that are opposite to your leg positions. And so your arms and your legs are all working simultaneously to move it. And I remember I was just on that thing. I was like, I'm picking the Echo bike because I want to hurt. I want to suffer a little bit today. And I remember Tyler's off in the corner and he's talking to a couple other guys working through some barbell stuff. And he looks around the corner and it's been like 18 minutes and I'm talking sweat just flowing onto the ground. And Tyler turns the corner and laughs and goes, "Ha, Joel's still on the bike. He's just still going." And I'm like, God bless, man. And like and in my head I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm still going because my timer, there was a voice in my head where I was like, no one's looking. I was like, I'm coming off this sucker like 15. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Or 10, whatever. Yeah. I'll be like, yeah, I probably guessed I've probably done 200 calories or whatever. And I was thinking the whole time, I was like, just get off the bike. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Get off the bike. No one cares. I'm like, but
nobody cares.
I care. I care. I was like, I'm not getting off this bike. I do not care. And I was like, I don't care how sucky this is. But that was funny. I just remember thinking like, man, this is, but it was fun. It was a good test. I mean, I was grateful to do it, you know?
That is the best transition into the open. And so when you think about CrossFit and you think about what the open is, most people who are in CrossFit don't need any explanation. People who aren't in CrossFit, it's like the playoffs for CrossFit, but everybody gets to join. There's no, bracket of 64. It's like the entire world. You get to do the same workouts, and I would say, was it 3 workouts for every single person, and then top 75% or those percentiles we were talking about earlier, they get to go do another, and then the top people from that get to go do another, and then which is the semifinals, which are happening right now. And then depending on where you land in the semifinals, you get to actually go compete in the CrossFit Games, which is
that, and let me ask you, is that the step? Is it open, quarterfinal, semifinal, games, or is there one between semi and games?
No. As soon as you do semis, you punch your card, your ticket, punch the ticket.
Yeah, we got an email 2 weeks ago from the gym that three of our people made semis. So I'm stoked. They're gonna start submitting scores. I think it's like early June. They have to do.
I think it's right now.
Is it okay? Well, then yeah.
The online semis are right now.
Okay, yeah.
They're doing it this weekend.
Oh, yeah. My nerves! I would be sick to my stomach. I would be so nervous.
Yeah. So like the interesting thing is a lot of people, even in CrossFit gyms, are just like, oh, this is cool. Like, I might do it, I might not do it. I'm here to train. For other psychopaths, it is like kind of like the mark of like how you've progressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when I said it was a perfect transition because when you were talking about yourself fighting the FTP test and you're like, nobody cares. The truth is, nobody cares what your open score is.
I care.
But we really care.
Yeah.
We really care.
We both really care.
We both really care. Yeah. And the fun thing is it's like completely transferable. Like you and I are doing the same workout. You're all the way in Virginia. I'm in California. We're doing the exact same workout. And, we've both heard through different stories we could tell in the gym, because we've talked about this, kind of going into the open workouts. They're one a week, so you can do it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and then the next week and the next week. And you and I will be like trying to prep and plan, and like, how are we going to attack the workout? And other people will say something like, at some point, it's just inevitable. Like, you're not going to the games.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you're
Why
not
are you
going to make
stressing
it.
it?
You're
Yeah.
not going to make it through all of the things. So just like have fun. Just like enjoy it. And it's like, that just
No.
doesn't resonate with me.
No.
like one, maybe I'll make it to the games. Doubtful. But two, like, there's some sick part of my brain that's like, if I try really, really hard today, maybe I will make it into the top whatever percent. I don't think I've ever made it. We'll look at it here in a second. I don't think I've ever made it into like the past, like the 68th, 69th percentile maybe on a workout, which, you know, hey, 3 years into the sport, 4 years in, like, it's fine. It's totally fun.
Yeah.
But there's still just like this part of me is like, I care so much about getting better and progressing in this. Like, I'm going to treat these like it's the Super Bowl of like,
yeah.
I feel physically sick before we start doing the workouts.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
so nervous and I want to do so well.
Yep. It's like, I told you this, it's like my Olympics. It's like Joel's going to the Olympics right now. It's his personal Olympics. This is it. And I told my brother this last night, and it doesn't matter what I do. I really, really care, because if I am taking time away from my children and from my wife and from the comfort of my cozy bed or whatever those things are,
Not drinking tequila and tacos every night, like,
what I want tequila, but I'm
the
not going to have it.
sacrifices.
The sacrifice I'm making, like, I go to the gym 5 or 6 days a week, all year long, 52 weeks straight. And like, it has to mean something. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, that's how my head is. I'm like, I really care. Like, if I'm not spending time with this thing or that thing or whatever, then it better mean something to me. I refuse to have that just be thrown out the window for nothing. And another thing for me, and we'll get to these scores shortly, I just want to see my own progress. Like, here's little baby Joel. I did my first open. I think I'd been at the gym for 3 weeks. I was 146 pounds. I did my first open. I had my number that year. And then I had a year to figure out, like, try to learn things and adapt and then continue on. So I was like, I just want to see this. It doesn't have to be this. I just need a little progress. That's all I want. So that's why I do it. I want to see those percentages change year by year, knowing it's like validation. Okay, it's okay. This time spent is not for nothing. That's what I want to see.
And you're a sick psychopath competitor, and you want to beat everybody as well.
I really, really like competing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Back to like when you first started the open, I think you started your first open workout was 24.1.
I think it was 21 in one arm, and then you fit, and then you do 21 burpees.
Yep, and then 21 on the other arm.
Yeah, and then burpees.
And then 21 burpees.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'd been at the gym for like a month, and you had just started to kind of get the hang of it.
Just understanding movements. Yeah.
You also had like the competitive bug already. Like you
terribly.
And I think you were sick. Like you were just coming off getting sick. And I can remember because you didn't come. Friday Night Lights is maybe the best part of the open. So most gyms do this thing where everybody comes and does the workout together. So you get a couple hundred people on Friday night hanging out, rooting for each other, cheering each other on. It increases the nerves. It increases the camaraderie. It's a blast. You didn't come Friday. You didn't go Saturday. I think you came Sunday. And I have a video of this. It might make its way onto the socials.
Sunday morning, yeah. I had lost 3 pounds. I had the flu. I had lost 3 pounds. I didn't have 3 pounds to lose, people.
No.
There's not an inch on me that could have lost it, but I lost 3 pounds.
Yeah.
And I came in, and I could barely sweat because I was so water empty. Like, I just didn't have, I was just
no fluids.
I just finally was like, okay, I don't have a fever. I can stand up.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
let's go.
Off I went.
And I think you did, I think it was a 50-pound dumbbell or 35. And you're like, I'm going to do 50. I was like, let's just do the 35. Let's just get you through the workout. And you're like, okay. And man, 2 minutes into that workout,
I was begging Kelly Rich to bring my water to me.
you were like screaming at people.
I was on my knees.
I need water.
Yep.
Like you were
Yep.
just you were flopping on the ground
Completely panicked. Yeah.
in panic. And then you also, and this is like no like shame to you because you're like a month into the sport, you would like your snatch, like you were just like picking it up and like just trying to press it into the air every time.
Yeah. I didn't
Like
know
you
what
just
I didn't
weren't
know what
using your legs at all.
Yeah, I didn't know what a dumbbell snatch was.
Yeah. So we're just like, get under the dumbbell, Joel.
Yeah.
And I just have this video, and it's the one I'll post. I just remember you were just like, you're just falling over and dying, and you look miserable. And Tyler is like right on the other side, just like watching you sitting down. He's like,
He was sitting
this kid,
he was
this
sitting,
kid.
he was sitting on the lat pull down machine, just laughing uncontrollably because he knew I was like, I want this. But you look at the footage, you're like, dude, this kid looks like a dead fish.
Right.
It looks like a fish that had died that was trying to like do stuff.
It is the most unathletic
It's incredible
thing that's ever existed inside of a gym.
So
But what
yeah.
you were trying so hard.
Oh, it's so bad.
So
bad. So let me here real quick. For reference, people, the 99th percentile are the best athletes in the world. They're the ones that get the invites to the game, right? 2024, Joel's finishing position, 14th percent. That's how bad I looked at those snatches and burpees. I mean, again, I'd been there for a month. So that's a good actually representation. Someone who has never been in a gym, no athletic background whatsoever, 3 weeks, 14th percent in the world. So that means 86% of athletes smoked me.
Yeah. And that was my second CrossFit Open. I'd been there a year and a half, and I did it RX. So I did the 50. So I finished the workout, but I finished in 46th percentile.
So that was your finish for that year or for that workout?
That workout. I was 54th that year.
Okay, so you were top half. That's great.
Yeah. But I remember going to that. I think Jason Plamp, were warming up, and I had never picked up a 50-pound dumbbell.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I want to RX it, but I was like, I've never picked up a 50-pound dumbbell. And so I did. But God, the gap of strength between what I had been doing and that 50 pounds it punched me in the face.
Yeah. So I just realized I'm on the app now. I could see I finished that one workout 24/1. I was 10th percentile. 10th.
Great. Good job at you.
Not bad for a.
That means there's more unathletic movement videos out there than yours.
Somewhere there's a footage of a guy got 5th percentile or something. Yeah, my percentages for that year: 24/1, 10th percentile; 24/2, 15th percentile; 24/3, 34th percentile.
Yep.
So I was figuring things out, and that's funny because you can see, because starting at 24/1, I was 3 weeks in. By the end of it, I was at 6 weeks in. Right. So you can see like I started to understand how movements were supposed to work and the stimulus of how things go. Because I went from 10th all the way to 34th by the end. Where the
movements are just better for you.
Yeah. And that's another thing we can talk about is that.
And you just had less flu.
Yeah, I probably had gained probably 4 pounds back.
Yeah.
And then, less flu.
I love you be like, the gap in my CrossFit ability in those 3 weeks, I just got better and better every week. It's like, or you just didn't have the
I wasn't dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my total finish for the year was 14th percentile. What was my
actually though,
that's crazy.
to not completely roast you on like what you were saying.
No, give it to me.
The 24.3, that workout had the pull-ups and chest to bars and the thrusters. And I remember the guys at the gym, like we were talking about like how you were getting better and better every week pretty quick. And like, they're just like, oh, watch Joel. He's going to be able to just come in here and do a whole bunch of chest to bars. And you're like, hey guys, what's up? I'm going to try this. And you're like this. Boom. And it was just like, gosh darn it. Like, come on, dude. Like, how can you do those? So kudos to you.
Cole was not happy. Cole was like, are you kidding me, dude?
No, Cole was like, Joel,
you showed me the chest to bar about 20 minutes before I went. Like I actually did. You were like, this is what you have to do. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't weigh anything. So like the pulling ability for me, I was like, yeah, you're pulling a stick. Well, it's not that hard to lift a stick up, you know?
So I started a year before you, and my first open was 2023. And I remember the first one was 23-1. It was a 60 calorie row, 50 toes to bar, 40 wall balls, 30 cleans, and then 20 ring muscle ups. And so I remember being like, this is great. I'm great at rowing. But I was like, what? I've never done a toes to bar. Like, what is a toes to bar? Can I do that? Similar to you, I was like, what is this thing? Like,
Yeah.
I hadn't done it. Um, and I remember I go in to the gym and I'm like, kind of trying to like make sure nobody can see me because try the movement because I didn't want like to embarrass myself. I didn't want somebody to tell me what I shouldn't do. So I'm like kind of like back in the corner. I'm just like kind of like being dodgy, like who's, like what's going on? Like get on the thing. And I'm just like, toes, can I get my toes up? And I remember I was like, oh, this is easy. Cause like I would just like hang under and just kind of like roll back and like
Yep.
tap the
Yep.
toes. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
I can do 50 of those. Like that's not bad. And so the workout starts. Jeff Jones is judging me. There's always a judge for these things. Do the row. Like, man, this is great. I killed a whole bunch of people in the row. I get to the toes, and it's like 1, 2, and then I was like, oh my midline. This this hurts your midline a little bit when you have to do more than two. And then
Whoop.
it's like 10, 20, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm just dying. I remember dying. And Jeff is like, just do singles, just try to do one at a time. Just like look, and I'm missing singles. Like I can't get like even get the single. I finally get done with the 50, run to the wall ball, the time cap. I don't even remember what the time cap, 14 minutes. So I get there, I think, with like just a couple minutes left. And I pick up the wall ball and I go to throw it. I was like, God, I'm sweaty. And I look down and my hands are just covered in blood because
Oh, dude, you never told me this
I
story.
was just ripping. I just ripped the crap out of my hands. I wasn't wearing like any grips, anything. And I was just like, gripping onto that thing for dear life to try to fling my toes up. That was rough. I was wearing mechanics gloves. I like remember going to talking to the guys. I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
is it cool if I wear like gloves in here?" People are like people don't wear gloves. Like you want to work on like getting like a tougher hands. You want to work on that. I'm like, "Yeah, but what if my hands are covered?" And they're like, "Oh god." Like, "Yeah, you can wear some gloves." Like that's probably a good idea.
Man, you never told me that.
Yeah,
Wow. That was your first open workout ever,
first
and
one.
you were just bleeding like a
First one.
stuck pig.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, so 2026.
yeah. This is the big one.
2026. So we've already outlined like how we're kind of psychopaths with like wanting to compete, but this is the first year. So this is my fourth year. This is your third. And we've both gotten to the place where we're better at some things than each other that clearly allow one of us to have an edge on different movements. And so we're sitting there. The open workout comes out Thursday night. And you get to watch some athletes do it Thursday night, and
And,
then
and it's a mystery. Like to those who
yeah,
haven't
nobody
experienced
knows.
this, it is a complete mystery. They program a workout in secrecy. They test it, and it's just like you don't. It could be anything,
Yeah,
and you don't know. It could be like 3 mile run. That's it, and like it could be anything. So you're. I know for me, I'm anxiously waiting to see what's going to be put in front of me, knowing full well what I'm good at and what I'm not.
yeah, yeah. And so we sit there, we get the call, not get the call.
Dave's on the phone. Joel,
Dave
it's
Castro,
me.
Joel and Pete.
Yeah,
I got the
yeah.
inside scoop.
That's how it feels. That's how it
It's
feels.
it is how it feels. I'm sitting there, I'm watching it at the gym. I think you're watching it.
I was at home. I was at
You're
home.
at home. And first one comes out, and it's like a wall ball box jump over workout,
Hmm.
and wall ball box jump overs, wall balls, step overs. And it's for time. It's to try to hit it in 12 minutes. And we watch the athletes do it live. Nobody completes the workout, or maybe like one person does, like the top tier athletes. It doesn't really matter. But you and I are sitting there, and like this is like a really good in between for you and I,
Yeah,
because like
it was very much
I
so.
can crush the wall balls, jump overs. Your little legs just freaking bounce.
Yeah, I'm very good on a box for whatever reason. I don't know if it was because I was skate. I always think it's because I skateboarded when I was younger. I have that kind of like poppy spring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I knew the wall balls were gonna suck, but it was just gonna be a little bit of willpower because I could make up some time on the boxes.
Yeah. So we sit there. And this is all 3 weeks. We sit there, we're on the phone Thursday night, and we like plan out. We're like, where do you think you're going to get in this workout? Where do you think it's going to be? And then like, who is going to win? And I think like you're very like self-deprecating. And so you're like, yeah, you're going to get me by, whatever. I'm probably getting end here. That's your like little mental strategy. And I just noticed it through all 3 weeks is you'd always like kind of give me the little like, oh, I'm just like I'm the underdog. Like, I'm probably not going to be able to do this. Just like, Pete, you're going to do great. Like, I'm sure you're going to end up here. But I know, like, mentally, you're thinking the whole time. You're like, I'm going to get him by like 1 rep, 2 reps.
It was funny. I never really think that, and I do mean this honestly. I never think I'm going to get you. But what I tell myself is that I will die trying. I will straight. I asked Tyler one time, I go, this is when I was first year, I go, Tyler, what's your mentality when you go to competition? And he looks at me, he was not joking. He goes, I am willing to hurt myself, injure myself to come out on top. And that was it. I was like, oh, okay. And so it's like, and like, I remember even Jason Hopper talked about it last year when he was finishing the games. He had the snatch. He missed a snatch. He was like,
fittest man in the world.
Yep. He goes, I was numb. No, I couldn't feel anything. My legs, I had no feeling anything. It was muscle memory. Just this is what a snatch is. I'm just going to go for it. So I think about things people say. I'm like, when you think you're hurting, you're not hurting. Like you're like, oh, my lungs are tight. You're not. So that's what I tell myself. Like I will die trying. Who knows? I might win one, but I'm going to make my best effort to get you.
Yep. So we come out, wall ball stepovers. We call each other. I think you would always do the work. We kind of like goes back and forth. This is the East Coast, West Coast thing. It depends kind of like the time, Friday Night Lights, like what time we're doing it.
Right.
I drop in a rep score. So neither of us finish the workout because we're not the fittest people on earth. I get 215 reps through the workout. What did you get?
214. So it was after this workout, I knew
victory is sweet.
God bless. I knew it was on because I genuinely believed you were going to have me by a pretty good margin. And when I was like, I called you, I was leaving, you're like, what'd you do? And I was like, 214. And you're like, you're like 215. I was like, are you kidding me? And so then I was like, wait a minute, there's actually a chance that I could, because I'm honest, I did not believe I could get you on a work. I was like, there's a chance I can get him. Like I'm close. Then I told Sean, I was like, because he was like, oh, you and Pete versus East Coast, West Coast, this is going to be sick. What happened? And I was like, dude, Pete got me by 1 rep. And he's like, oh, it's on now. Now it's like, you better buckle up for this coming week.
Week 2 is coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so week 2 hit and we get dropped a workout that is not exciting for me.
I was very excited.
Bad thoracic mobility on my part.
Good thoracic mobility on my part.
Last week, I do not have good thoracic mobility. It is like I can't. It's bad. I'm working on it very diligently every day. The start of this workout is an 80-foot dumbbell walking lunge, 50-foot dumbbell, or 50-pound dumbbell overhead for an 80-foot lunge. I'm scared. I've never done this movement before, and overhead is not great for me. Alternating snatches after that, I'm excited about. Pull-ups, I'm fine with. But then we have to go back to the walking lunge, back to the snatches, chest to bar pull-ups, good. But then we're back to the lunge again, back to the snatches, fine. And then muscle-ups, which on a ring.
Right.
So neither of us have ever done a ring muscle-up.
And the way to explain to someone who hadn't seen the timing, because the relationship to the clock is very important with these workouts. The way the time was built for this workout was, it was very evident that we were both finishing. We knew we would finish the segment here, and then the finale is the mystery.
You knew you were going to get through the volume of work to get to the muscle up.
The lunge, the snatch, and the general pulling, we were like, okay, that's fine. But the question is...
For me, I was not fine with the lunge, but that's fine.
But you made it. You finished. But anyway, the question was, which one of us is going to hit a ring muscle up for the first time ever?
Yeah.
And literally,
who was going to get to the ring muscle up? Because that's something we didn't talk about. There are these tie breaks in all these workouts, which if you make it to a certain point, whoever made it there faster
is
is
the
going
winner.
to end up kind of winning. So we both get there. I get to the rings. I jump up. I'm about to get to the ring. I see Jason. Jason runs across the gym. Jason Carroll runs across the gym and he's like, let's go, Pete. He's like, everything right now. I'm like, I'm going to do this. Like, it is happening.
Fully believed I was getting it. Yeah.
I fully believed. And dude, I was so close. It did not happen. But like in my head, I was very close. Look, nobody has a video. Maybe if
like,
we get like the
where's the
CCTV footage, and I'm just like, who knows? It probably was so bad. But like, I thought I was going to get it.
Yeah. So I finish, and my strategy was I wanted to. I didn't want to push the lunges, the snatches, and the other pulling too hard. My fear was that I would jack my heart rate, and then I would be worthless at the ring. So I kept a good pace, but very reasonable pace throughout the normal segment, with the goal to take like significant time off and then attempt my ring muscle up. Ben Nowacki was already done with all his, and he was at the rings that I needed to be on. However, Ben deserved his chance to have time on the ring because he's an actual like he's going to make
He's
or the
right.
yeah, he's going to get the quarterfinals, and like I wanted to respect his time, so I just sat there. I was like, I'm not. You need to get your reps, but when you do come down for like to shake it out and take a break, I'm going for it. So it was. I took 2 minutes off and just sat there. I had Robin behind me. Mitch was my judge. And Ben comes down. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go for it. I go for attempt one. And I think it was just coming up from the bar, how the bar feels versus your move versus the ring. It was bad. I was like, that's not. I come down. I'm like, okay, hang on. I'll shake it out. Ben goes back for reps. Then he drops, shakes out. I go again. And again, I was like, it still wasn't right. I come down. I shake it out. Ben goes back. And everyone's yelling, come on, Ben, come on. You know, it's 10 seconds to go. I still want it though, but I can't kick Ben off. Because I'm like, he needs to be able to have this. I think he kind of gasses. He kind of done maybe 2 or 3 kind of gasses, and he's like, oh, he comes down, and everyone's like, oh, okay. And I look at the clock, and there's 3 seconds, and I literally run, and Robin's right behind me. Robin was the only one who saw this. Mitch was even like, it's done, whatever. Mitch walks off. I grab the ring. I go up, and I hear Robin yelling, and I get my left arm through, like it. I do the full pass, but this one was like I hadn't rolled.
Yeah.
So I do like a half catch. I'm like, if I can just freeze in the air and just.
That's your freaking chicken wing on your regular muscle up too.
Yeah, I passed my left arm quicker than my right arm. And anyway, I didn't get it. And I come down and I was like, whatever. And Robin goes, Joel, that was your closest shot of all 3. That was like, you almost had it. I was like, well, I didn't almost have it, but.
So your testimony is without Ben being there to the court, you would have gotten one.
No. I was just no. I'm not. No, absolutely not. No. What I was saying was just how my scenario, how I was looking. I was like, oh, I want to jump in when I can, but I had all the time in the world to try, and it wasn't happening.
Yeah,
I don't.
And to be very clear, neither you and I have been attempting to get good at ring muscle ups, so it was always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Once we saw.
And I don't know how to look this up on the CrossFit app. I have my score. We score the same thing, 112 reps. We both did that because that was
percentile did you finish in?
53rd.
50th. Tie break time.
So that comes down to tie break time. And I don't have it in front of me. I think I finished my full work in 13 minutes and 29 seconds, if I remember right. I was like a 13:29.
That would have given you a minute 30 like to do rings.
It was a 20-minute time cap, wasn't it?
15.
Oh, then I finished faster than that. I had significant time. Yeah.
Either way, so we got to the end. We got to get to the end of that workout. We call each other.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
did you get a muscle up?
Hey, did you get a muscle up? And then you just go, yeah, I got one. I was just like, congratulations, man. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
I just wanted you to suffer a little bit.
Gosh darn it. I know. But you still got it. You still got it. So we're 1-1.
Yeah.
We're 1-1 going to week 3.
So going to week 3, so long story short, I had just completed the earlier effort on 26.2 just faster than Pete, because Peter was struggling with the mobility on the overhead lunge, and that's what kind of slowed him down. Outside of that, we both went for the ring muscle up. We both failed it. The rep count was the same, but I was quicker. So we're all of a sudden we go, this is the first time I've ever beaten you in a workout, I think ever. So we're 1-1 going into week 3. And again, no one knows what's coming. We have no idea. But based on what we had done, we were almost guaranteed double unders. We were almost guaranteed, we were guaranteed barbell. Barbell's there some extent, but we didn't know what, how, whatever.
We didn't
But
know what it would be.
like I mentioned earlier in the episode, I am terrified of double unders in a workout.
All week, and you're in such a bad mood. You're just like,
I knew it was coming.
like, I know it's 1-1, but you got it because like freaking somebody's gonna program double unders in a rope, and like you're great at those, and I'm not. And like you're Eeyore from freaking.
Oh,
What do
I
you do
was
all week?
not. Man, you want to talk about being religious? I was religious that week. I mean, I was praying.
I remember
was
when the workout
praying.
came out. So the workout's like 2 rounds of burpees, cleans, burpees, thrusters, heavier weight, burpees, cleans, burpees, thrusters, heavier weight, burpees, cleans, burpees, thrusters. And I remember getting like a explicitive yeah when we saw the workout because you're like, no dubs, let's go.
And
You're great at burpees.
I'm good at burpees, but I also knew you're really great with burpees and a barbell because you can operate really well with an elevated heart rate because of your running past. So I knew my chance. I had a chance. I really did believe I had a chance, but I knew it was slim. But without the double unders, I knew I was exponentially closer to where I wanted to be because I didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's not too much more drama here. It was actually the most anticlimactic call because we get there. You didn't, I forget, I think I was at like a soccer game. I forget when we finally caught up. And I was like, what's your score? And you're like, what's your score? I was like,
Yeah.
I got 215 reps. And what did you get?
I got 162.
162.
Well, you got 215.
Oh, no, 176. Sorry, dude.
I was like, dude, that's
Yeah,
an
176.
insane score. Sorry,
That was
guys.
my score from
Live reporting. Peter beat everyone in my gym. I got 162.
Yeah, I got 176.
And the fun
And-
fact about that workout, though, I had predicted. I told you, I was like, I'm going to get 160,
Yeah,
and I got 162.
yeah. Yeah, and I said I was going to get 180, and I got 176. So I was like,
Yeah.
I was close. But
Yeah, you're right there.
yeah, but I remember just being like, it felt like we popped a balloon in our conversation because like I was so excited about winning. But like you're on the over there like a coastline away, and
Yeah.
it's just like, guess till next year.
I remember going into that workout. Sean was up my butt. I think he was calling me. He was texting me all day. He's like, "What's the plan? Where are you going to push? What are you going to do?" Because he knew it was 1-1, and he's friends
Yeah.
with you and I. And he's like,
Yeah.
"You got to get him. You got to East Coast, baby. Let's go." I'm like, "Dude, I don't know if I can do this." And Mitch was my judge, and I'm very grateful to have him because he was on my ass. I did not want to pick up that 115-pound bar on the second grouping, and he was just like, I would put it down and just sit there and just, big. And he's like, "Stop, dude, pick it up," and I'm thinking, I know Peter is going to grab this bar faster than me. And so I've just got to try. I just got to try. But also another thing with that workout was so tricky because I'm sure people that did the workout can relate. Even if you are good at burpees, and I am, but then your heart rate jacks up. So then it's a given. You're like, I have to manage my burpee pace specifically so that I am able to do the barbell. Oh, it hurt. That one hurt.
It hurt.
I remember finishing just being like, oh, there's an interview. I'll have to, we'll post this at some point. There's an interview right when I put the bar down. Cheryl runs over the microphone. She's like, "Hey, Joel." And they posted it to their Instagram. I look like I have met my maker. Like I'm dead.
Little gym socials.
Yeah, it hurt.
All
It was
that's
fun, though.
so I finished 63rd percent. Where did you finish?
Collectively for 60th percentile.
So
My goal was to get above 50. That was my goal going into the year. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
I did what I wanted.
Yeah, because I was like 33rd, 54th, 61st, then 63rd. Which with like the big workout holding me back was like the overhead lunge, not getting the muscle ups. And so I think, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say my years because I've done less than you. I did 14th, 42nd, 60th.
Okay. Okay. I think the cool thing is with where we both land, there's this thing called the Community Cup. I think it's in like August or September, which is like for all the people that don't go to the games, they kind of take your open scores and you get kind of put into divisions. I think you and I are going to be in the same division.
Boy,
Fall 2026. Oh boy.
it's man. I love competing, but at the same time, I can feel like oh man, like when you know you're just gonna go in there and just hurt, like you've got to be ready to suffer.
Yeah.
It's
You already feel sick about a workout in 6 months.
yeah, I'm gonna go throw up probably in a minute, but
Yeah. That we
yeah,
didn't we talked about it more at the beginning of the show than we did like during these open workouts, but like the feeling of when you go into an open workout, they're designed that most of the time you don't finish them, and most of the time you were going to get to a point where you were on that Echo bike during the FTP test, which is like
yeah,
nobody cares about
yeah,
this. What are you doing? Why are you here? You can quit and go eat a freaking Big Mac. like nobody cares.
yeah.
Like you're good, and your brain tells you to do that so often. It's like how can you fight through that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why like on top of the nerves of like wanting to compete and beat each other, like knowing that you were going to hit that at some point over the next 15 minutes going into the workout is always like a mental hurdle that you have to get over that
Yeah,
sucks.
very much so. Yeah, you're very well aware that this is gonna hurt. Um, but there's, I don't, I can't describe it. It's dread, but also excitement. Like at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I remember like looking down at the wall ball on workout one, and Mitch was right to my left, and I just remember thinking like, when we go for breaks now, however he breaks it, I don't know if however he wants to kind of break apart his workouts, whatever happens, I'm gonna pick up that ball before he picks up the ball. That's all I want to do. Like I compete with you, like coast to coast, but in a weird way, although Mitch is significantly stronger than me, I compete with Mitch too. Whether it's psychological or physical, like I'm there, I'm like, we both push each other in a very interesting way. And I remember we were taking breaks and I would step back and look at the ball and breathe. And I would tell myself, like, grab it now because he's not. And I would just run and grab, and then he'd be like, so then he would grab it, you know? And I was always just trying to be one step ahead. But yeah, it is like you find that spot. You're like, yeah, this sucks. But then at the same time, you're like, but I'm not dead. You know what I mean? Like, like it sounds extreme, but you're like, I'm not dying. It just sucks a little bit. But when you're done, dude, the feeling is, dude, you're soaring. You're like, oh my God. It's amazing. Yeah, it's the best feeling.
All right, we got to wrap this up. We have a good amount of comments, listener mailbag. I think we'll hit that next week as part of the episode at some point. So drop us a DM, comment on Instagram, C2C Chasing RX on Instagram and Gmail. We'll talk about it. So
Yeah, yeah. If anyone has specific questions, if there's something you want us to cover that we've experienced, yeah, just shoot us a note and we'll be happy to go
or
over
have
it.
just a good gym story.
We got plenty of those.
Yeah. All right. Till next
All
time,
right,
man. Good job.
love you. See you,
Later.
buddy.